Hello, welcome to Views&Thrus, and here is the review of Leader Class Generations Jetfire. And this would be the second Classics-esque Jetfire that Hasbro has released. And here he is in alt mode, and he is a very sleek looking jet with a lot of nice detailings. And he doesn't have too much of an undercarriage, which that can be a problem with jet Transformers. But if you look under it, you can kind of see everything that's going on. We're not going to look under there. He has rolling landing gear, so he can, in fact, roll if you do desire. And he even has an opening cockpit, or canopy rather. And there's some detailing within there. I'm not really sure if there's any figure that could really fit in there, though. But anyways, you can see he has quite a few chromed weapons. A nice chrome red that makes him stand out quite nicely. And he has the two undercarriage guns. He has the booster rockets and two guns on the side here. And you could even take his robot mode rifle and put it onto the front right there. And then he has that jetting out the front. That's stupid. Don't do that. It's gone now. And I did mention that this was the second version, because here's the first version, a Voyager class of Jetfire that came out long ago, 2006, a while ago. It's old now. And you can see that they kind of share a very similar color scheme of like white, predominantly white with some red highlights, especially on the wings. You can see the similarities, though this being a leader class is very much bigger than the Voyager class for obvious reasons. But this Jetfire is much more based off the toy. And that's very particular because Jetfire is a very unique character in Transformers lore in that when he was in the 80s cartoon, he got a completely different rework and even got a different name, which was Skyfire. And that's very important to keep in mind later on. And I'll be pointing out such differences. Like, this is a bit more Skyfire based, while this is much more Jetfire based and much more evocative of the original toy. And they share some similarities with the gimmick with their booster rockets, in that you can just remove said booster rockets from the toy. Well, first, we'll remove these guns, and you can see what he looks like. And there's just him with the booster rockets, with no weapons. And you can rotate it if you want him to suddenly boost to the right, or his left. But that is very much removable on these tiny, tiny little clips. And if you compare the Voyager's booster rockets to the Leader class, the Voyagers are actually pretty much the same size, and if you deploy his weapons, kinda bigger. It's very weird. Very weird to do that, Hasbro. And so, here is Leader Jetfire. In vehicle mode, you can bring his tail fins up if you so desire. He accidentally got untabbed there. And so there he is, sans booster, and sans most of the weapons, except these. I'll take these off. Yeah, haha. Get back, tab back in. And they just remove that. They peg in right there, and they don't hide the wheels. They have a hole in them to accommodate the wheel. So there's Jetfire, sans rocket, and there's Voyager Jetfire without boosters. And you can very much see the similarities in their design. Where the red goes, he has a bit more red on the nose cone, where he has more black. Enough of that. Enough of that old toy. On to the transformation. So, to transform Jetfire, we fold in the landing gear that was right there. And we'll untab the legs, they just tabbed in right there. Untab those, and then come over here and push here to untab right here. And then we push this piece down. There. And this entire piece is on this tiny little joint. And it scares me. I have no idea if that'll break. I haven't seen like any stress marks on it. But it terrifies me that that's on that tiny little joint. So probably just take precaution with that. And you can untab that and push it onto his back for now. We'll fold those up. Okay, so now we come around like this. And we can fold Jetfire's legs down a bit, which gives us room to work with the arms. And we untab the arms from the back, which tab in right there. Those are the tabs. And we can separate them and bring them back down. These need to fold up. They get caught a lot on these arms, but it's no problem. You just move them, essentially. And then you come back here and fold this back down onto the back, keeping that fold up. And now we can have the robot come together. You fold these legs down completely, and then fold that up onto the where will the main torso be. And these peg in right there, as you can see, peg in right there. And then they peg onto the body once. Make sure to fold up those parts, but it helps. And again, we'll peg in right there. Nice audible clicks. And then the feet are on a double hinge to bring them out like that. Yeah, there we go. And there we have Leader Class Jetfire. Da-da-da-da. And here we have Leader Class Jetfire in robot mode. And he is a very nice looking robot mode. And to go over the articulation real fast, he has a nice soft ratchet there. He has a hard ratchet there. And he has a swivel above the elbow. Haha. No wrist joint, which is unfortunate. The head can spin and look up and down. No side to side, which is unfortunate, but it's still fairly good. And his legs go up that high and go back on a nice ratchet, nice knout ratchet. The outward moment is on a very softer ratchet, which is still. There's just ratchets everywhere on him. Everywhere except the feet. The feet have no ratchets. But they have quite a range of motion, but no like side to side. They're kind of angled to give them a bit wider legged of a stance. Yeah. But yeah. And now, you might be asking me, damn it, Hasbro, you gave me this very Skyfire or cartoon accurate body, but you gave him the wrong head. He has a very Jetfire-y head, which is more toy-based, as you might imagine. And you're like, damn you, Hasbro, damn you for doing this to me. But just wait. With a little click, there we go. The head just, this mask comes off and reveals a very nice Skyfire head, or a cartoon head of Jetfires. And it's amazingly similar. It has his little earmuffs and his blue mohawk and his little chin strap. And it's a very nice face. But now you're wondering, oh, now there are holes in his arms. Oh, why would you put the holes in his arms on that side? That's horrible. You can take these secondary guns that were on the booster rocket and put them into the arm. They just slot right in. And they cover up those holes, and you needn't mind them anymore. And even the guns that were on the side of the, or on the landing gear, you can put them on the landing gear. You can actually leave them on during transformation. Nothing stops you from doing that. And even the booster rockets, you can come back here. You can even leave it on during transformation. Doesn't change anything. And tab it in. Like that. Fold that back up. Fits very nicely on top of it. And that has Jetfire like that. You could move that down, spin that around, and have him like that. But I think that looks stupid because it's far too high above his head and just accent the kibble on his back in all the wrong ways. And now we'll compare this to the Voyager class Jetfire that was released so long ago. Ignore these. They should be this color, but they're not. Deal with it. And he also has a mask that reveals a very Jetfire head with the ear muffs, the white mohawk, and the chin strap. And that's the two compared. This one, I hate this one. It's useless. It has the swivel right here, not above the elbow, so it's not... This is useless. This is useless. This, useful. That's useful. And that's so much better. I prefer this leader class to the old Voyager so much. He's such a better toy, and I love him for it. But as I said, yes, he is a very Skyfire-based design for his robot mode, and it comes out so well with the round shoulder pads, this nice chest with the small cock pad. It was a faux cock pad. This is a faux canopy. So it's not a real canopy. The canopy is here. So this is just to trick you into thinking he had a canopy on his chest. He doesn't. It was on the underside of his robot mode. But it makes him look so much like Skyfire. And he is very nicely in scale with other figures. Here his Armada Deluxe Starscream that recently came out. And you can see, like, as a leader class figure, he is deserving of the title of leader class figure compared to a deluxe. And now, you may be wondering, well, what happened to that rifle that I showed off in alt mode? Well, it's right here, and it has a firing missile, which isn't in it right now. It's somewhere. We may never find it. And that he can hold that for extra firepower. But then you could be wondering, well, what about this on the side? I want my Skyfire head, but now I just have this random bit to leaving around. What do I do with it? You drop it. That's what you do. Ugh. Well, Hasbro has got you covered still. You can slip this on right like that. Like that? Yeah, like that. And now he has a face on his gun that's totally inconspicuous. But overall, I really do enjoy this figure. I think it is a very strong leader class that Hasbro released, and is very evocative of the Jetfire that we know and love. Or even the Skyfire that we know and love. So this has been Severg bringing you the review of leader class Jetfire. Until next time, signing out.